13th annual Veterans Day celebration. So here at the high school today, we have numerous veterans that have devoted time away from their families and time off to be with the students of Medford High School. You could see a veteran in your econ class, or your world history class, or your US history class, and they're coming and sharing their experiences from all different walks of life.
Good morning. I want to welcome you to Medford High School at our annual Veterans Day educational series. And once again, I'm joined by Mr. Durham, who's our new Director of Veterans Affairs at the City of Medford. He's doing a fabulous job. I got to sit in on his class last year, so I got to know him on a personal level, and I'd like him to just introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Mike Durham. I'm the new Director of Veterans Services for the City of Medford. Very grateful to the Mayor's Office and Mayor Burks for her continued support of our department. I'm born and raised, and had the opportunity to get back to my community within my position. We're happy to be doing this for the local kids.
And also joined with me is Noah Kratz, who has brought his wonderful display of various walls. So Noah, tell us a little bit about it.
Hi, my name is Noah Kratz, and I'm the co-founder and director of the Veterans Preservation Project, where it's a project where we preserve veterans' history one story at a time. And we try to preserve as many artifacts as we can. And as you can see right here, I've amassed a few over the years, and I bring them to schools, community organizations, and various city events to try to promote our veterans, to try to bring awareness to what our veterans have done for us.
Very nice. Nice job, Noah. So really today is all about saying thank you. Veterans Day is coming up on Sunday. We have a walk that will be taking place at City Hall at 10 o'clock Sunday morning. So please come down and join us. Say thank you to the veterans that will also be there. And just a shout out to all of them and their families for all that they have given for our freedom. Thank you.
Thank you for what you do. This is a big deal to the kids, and when I first started volunteering a couple years ago, I didn't realize the type of impact that it was having. And then I had my kids at the park, and 6 teenagers walked up to me. They were playing basketball and said, "Hey, thank you for coming," and described the things that I talked about to the class and said that it made a serious impact. So I know that you might be getting a lot of like dead-eyed stares, but honestly, it's processing back there. And the things that you say matter and are remembered after you leave the classroom. So you get the rare opportunity to shape young minds if you're not already an educator. I don't know how you do it every day, if you are. But again, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Pounds of weight on me at that point, but you build up to it. So it's just like if you were training for a marathon, you're going to slowly build up how many miles you run, slowly build up how much weight you put in, how long you go. At the very end of basic training, you do this thing called NOC, which is a night infiltration course.
But the hardest part of boot camp is mental, because you can't escape. You can't go home and eat candy. And you'd be surprised how little you actually need to eat, even when you're working out 24/7, because it's very controlled servings. So.
We got to meet some celebrities while we were over there. We got to meet Robin Williams and some other people that just sacrificed themselves to come over to kind of entertain us while we were there. Next slide. So one of the things I was able to do in the military, which was really cool, was I was able to become air assault. I got my air assault badge. Does anyone know what air assault is? Okay, and I'll show you. Next slide. That's what air assault is. You get to, that's the, Mike knows some of that, you air assault too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like the fancy part of it. That's really not the whole thing.
It's really Hollywood's. Yeah, they don't have
This
a
is
rock,
Hollywood.
and they
This
don't
is
have a
what-
weapon, and when you add about 120 extra pounds in combat gear, you're just like, oh God, put me on the ground.
Yeah.
And
So
with
this is basically this picture's to grab your attention, because I know if I actually told you all about air assault, what it really is, you guys probably wouldn't be interested.
Depending upon the schedule and the location, we worked generally 60 to 80 hours a week, and you worked in either some schedules we worked 6 days one week, 5 days the next, so you had a full weekend off every other week. Or if you were really behind schedules, you would just keep working until it was done.
One of the things about the being in the commandos is we had rank, but when it came to doing the job, if you had the expertise, you were in charge of that. If someone else had a different expertise, and I really was able to build my self-confidence in the service. And when I
So that's me in my truck. I was a lead gunner in an open top 50 cal when we were on patrol in trucks, which was part of the time. So we got there in September 2009, and it was probably between 100 and 120 degrees in Kandahar, which is in the southern province of Afghanistan. Kandahar is actually the birthplace of the Taliban. It's where they originated from. It's their home territory, so needless to say, they weren't too keen on having us there. It was an interesting place to deploy to, and it was during the troop surge, which is when the military kind of plussed up its numbers to see if we could actually make a sustainable impact in Afghanistan at the time.
You, as a combat leader, need to make a decision. There is no right or wrong decision, but you need to make one. And you need to live with consequences. And scenarios like that happen every day.
So today I'll be talking to you about some of the items I have here. So here I have General Charles Boyd's uniform, and he's the only POW of the Vietnam War to reach the rank of general. And he was a POW for 8 years in Vietnam, where he was shot down in 1965. His name's Robert Jobe, and he was in World War II in Korea. And in World War II, he shot down 6 Japanese kamikaze planes single-handedly and was wounded off the Battle of Okinawa on a ship. And then in the Korean War, he re-enlisted and then got the Bronze Star with V, which is right here. He got that when he took out 3 North Korean tanks single-handedly and then was wounded at the same time. Here is a rather interesting part of U.S. history. That it's from the Operation Just Cause. A lot of people are not familiar with it, but it happened in December 1989 to early 1990. And basically it was to overthrow Manuel Noriega. Right here, I have an original Nazi Germany house flag. This is from Nazi Germany. It was made in Nazi Germany. And a lot of people think controversy over this, but it is a historical item, and despite its history, it should be preserved. And I also got a helmet that was found in a burned out building in Hamburg that after an air raid, where I have some pins as well that was brought back by a veteran. This is a fairly interesting little grouping right here. These are all from Iwo Jima, from the Battle of Iwo Jima, which is most famous for the flag raising on Iwo Jima. And right here, this is a U.S. 105 millimeter anti-tank artillery shell that was found on Iwo Jima on positions overlooking Mount Suribachi, or looking towards Mount Suribachi, where they raised the flag. Right here, this is a piece of volcanic rock from Mount Suribachi, the mountain that they rose the flag on top of. Then, as you move down, here's it's a helmet it's very nice. It was donated to me. This is Dan Folks' helmet. He's a Medford resident, and he heard of the project and wanted to donate his helmet because it was just sitting in the basement somewhere. So he donated to me, and he was aboard the USS Detector, where that there was a ship fire, where he guided the ship into safety wearing this helmet.